Hello and welcome back to the Edwin Fernio Vehicle Review channel here at Edwin Fernio's Vehicle Shop. And today we'll be taking a look at a motorcycle that helped define trail riding in the 1970s, the 1974 Suzuki TS250. So in a minute, Ed's going to be taking this out onto the road and give you his verdict. But before that, let's tell you a little bit more about this machine. So the Suzuki TS250 first appeared back in 1969 as part of Suzuki's growing range of trail and enduro motorcycles. And during the late 1960s and the early 1970s, trail riding was becoming increasingly popular around the world, including here in the UK. So Suzuki's answer to this surge in popularity was the TS series. Now the letters TS stand for trail sport, and these bikes were designed to be genuinely versatile. Unlike dedicated motocross bikes, these came fully equipped for road use too. By 1974, the TS250 had evolved into one of Suzuki's most successful trail bikes, and it had earned a reputation for being both dependable and easy to ride, and it was capable of handling almost any terrain that the rider would encounter. So the price back in 1974 flew around about £500, so not overly cheap. What's it worth today, you might be asking? Well, you'll have to head over to Ed's website to find out all the details about this bike and how much it costs. All the information is on screen. So a few tech specs now, and first and foremost, you can see this bike is in excellent condition. It's been rejuvenated and it looks fantastic. Now at the heart of it, we've got the 246cc single-cylinder two-stroke engine. The engine produces around 22 horsepower, which might not sound like much today, but thanks to this bike's low weight, it provides more than enough performance for road riding and off-road adventures, as Ed will show you shortly. Now, one of the biggest advantages of this engine is its simplicity and maintenance, which is important with these older bikes because if you have to work on it, you want something that's going to be nice and straightforward. One of the standout features of the TS250 was Suzuki's CCI oil injection system. Now, CCI stood for crankcase cylinder injection. So instead of requiring riders to pre-mix the oil and petrol before filling the tank, the system automatically delivered the correct amount of two-stroke oil to the engine, which also reduces the risk of incorrect fuel mixing, something that many riders that owned one of these back in the day, I'm sure, appreciated. Now, for a trial bike of the early 1970s, the TS250 has impressive suspension. At the front we have telescopic forks and the rear uses twin shock absorbers. Now this setup again is great for both on-road and off-road, and although suspension technology has obviously moved on considerably since the 1970s, the TS50 should still be regarded as a very capable machine. Now in terms of brakes, we have drum brakes on both the front and the rear. Disc brakes were still relatively uncommon on many motorcycles during the 1970s, so drum brakes were pretty standard equipment, and that's not to say that the brakes on this bike are substandard, absolutely not. And again, we will show you just how well it still brakes when Ed takes it out in a moment. This bike has a nice lightweight steel frame, and that's designed again to cope with both on-road and off-road, and it's another reason riders loved these bikes, because at just over 110 kilograms dry, they're nice and light, they're nice and maneuverable, and it makes them easy to control. The bike has a fairly upright riding position, wide handlebars, but narrow profile, and it's got a nice, comfortable looking seat. So whether you're riding this through town or you're going and exploring some light trails or maybe even heavier trails, I think this bike is going to be nice and comfortable, agile and predictable, I'm going to say. The fuel tank, again, lovely paint job on this, but the fuel tank holds approximately 9 litres of petrol, and combined with the engine's relatively modest fuel consumption, I'm going to say it's going to give you a fairly respectable miles to the gallon. I don't know exactly how many, but if you've had one and you know how many it is likely to do, will you let us know in the comments? Now visually, This bike looks stunning. As you can see, it's been renovated. It looks superb. Some of the other features, the highly mounted front mudguard, the chrome details, this slim fuel tank, and that raised exhaust, it all gives it that off-road appearance. The bold Suzuki graphics, I think they're great, and the bright paint schemes will certainly turn some heads, and yet the simple design of it all has aged remarkably well. Even today, the bike looks every bit like a classic trail machine it was intended to be. Now, how reliable are these machines? Well, the TS250 develops a bit of a reputation for being tough, dependable, and easy to maintain, as we've already mentioned. Its air-cooled engine, simple electrical system, and robust construction meant there was very little to go wrong. In fact, we'd be interested to hear, if you owned one of these, what did you put it through back in the day, and how long did it last when you put it through whatever you put it through? Because having read some of the comments on these online, this bike I think is half bike, half tank, according to what some people have said. So I'd be interested to know exactly how well it stands up to some of those comments. Right, enough of me waffling on. It's high time Ed took this classic out on the road to see how it performs. I can tell you he's very excited about this one.
Okay, so we're on a 1974 Suzuki TS250. And we love that ring-a-ting-ting of a lovely two-stroke. Okay, so we're not going to go too far on this one today, as she's just been all rebuilt. And away we go. What a great little cruiser. Brings back years of memories of dirt bikes. Did love one of these back in the day. Sorry about the wind noise, but at least we're not in the rain. How can you not enjoy that sound of a lovely two-stroke oil engine? And there I go through the water. No, we won't do that. We don't want to get wet. What an absolute beauty. Sounds amazing. Looks amazing. And there's not too many of these about. This you could go quite happily go to the pub on. You park this outside, go and have your glass of lemonade, and I'll guarantee when people see it out there, they'll want to come and talk to you regarding they used to have one in the day, and what a beautiful example this is. How does that sound? For 1974, you can't be disappointed with that. Just wants you to go off-road. You'd love it, wouldn't you? Bit of green laning with it. I wish I got the time. How manoeuvrable's that? I'm enjoying this too much.
Right, so Ed's back from his little skirmish over to Colton and back on the old Suzuki TS250. What was your thoughts on riding this bike?
It's a 1974, brought back a lot of memories of riding around fields on motorbikes. Beautiful, ideal for a Sunday afternoon, or just to admire It's a right man cave bike. This is.
You were having too much fun on this.
I was. I didn't want to get off it. The sun was shining, and I thought I'm going to go out on this. I had a lovely time riding it. Brought back a lot of memories.
Did you have one back in the day, or did you have something similar?
No, I had a DT 175 on the field. I could never afford anything as big as this for the fields when we were fetching the cows up. But yeah, no, I mean it's a lovely example of a Suzuki.
It's in lovely condition, isn't it? Just, and for something of its age, we know it's had the engine rebuild.
Yes, we have. We've got a bill supporting all the rebuild on the engine. It's obviously had all the frame powder coated, been repainted. There's no way this would have ever survived 1974 to now in this condition. It is completely showroom condition.
So in terms of the riding of it, what was it like to ride? What was the experience in terms of, did it accelerate like you thought it was, brake like you thought it was, its suspension, yada yada?
Absolutely. I mean, it accelerates for a 250. It accelerates really, really well. Obviously, the brakes pull up well, else I would not be even here, would I? It's an old bike. She's a little bit soggy on the suspension. You could upgrade the suspension if you wanted and make it, but it's original. So why would you spend any more money on something that's... It's never going to be a race machine. It's never going to be an off-road racer.
No.
It is a collector's bike for you to admire.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Who do you think this might suit? Do you think somebody who maybe used to own one that wants just to add it back to their collection, or do you think this would actually suit somebody who wants to actually take it out and use it?
Yeah, I mean,
Two trains of thought, aren't they?
Yeah, I wouldn't be saying to anybody, no, go and take it out on a motocross or use it as a field bike. It's far too good for that. It's really based on an old bloke like me, or, well, realistically, an old bloke like me that remembers them and loves two-strokes. He loves the sound, he loves the smell.
Smelled great.
You know, I mean, you could go to the pub on this, go and have your pint of lemonade, walk out, and I'll guarantee somebody will be standing next to it going, I used to have one of those in the day. It's a beautiful example. It's always going to attract attention for what it is.
It's a head turner as well. It's in such lovely condition.
Yep.
The paintwork, the chrome, everything about it is mint. And the other thing I love about this bike is it comes with what these original documents, you know, the original owner's manual, the service manual.
Yeah,
they're so cool.
I wouldn't have thought they are original to the bike. Somebody's actually gone out and found those to put with them and make sure it's as original as you can.
How cool is it? Just these little trinkets, really, that come with the bike. And that's one of the things about these older bikes. If you're into them, if you find them interesting, like we do, finding little bits like this that go with it is super cool, and just adds to the value of them.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff that we get coming in here are barn finds, stroke garage finds. People have had these in their garage, admiring them, doing them up, spending an absolute fortune on them. So that's basically where these all come from.
Absolutely. You can hear the phones going off in the background. Ed's taking time from his busy day to come and ride this and tell you a little bit about it. So thanks for coming and talking to us today, Ed. Sure. But if you want to know more about this bike or any of the other bikes, you can see we're in a sea of bikes here down at Ed's. All the details are on the screen. Go check out the website, drop Ed an email. Be happy to help, I'm sure, with any inquiries and that kind of thing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It's all appreciated. And we'll see you again on another motorcycle or car review here on the Edwin Fernio Vehicle Review channel.
Thanks for watching.